Okay, hey. Gonna jump right into this. The Psy Tai Podcast, the Psy Tai Podcast. It's your host, Psy Tai. Place where we combine. This is just Tai now. A place where we combine our mind with our heart, see what our gut mind is saying, connect all those three circles, and let whatever come out, come on out. I'm still working with the camera angle for the vertical. But hopefully y'all enjoying it. We got the big one too. Let me move that to the side. There we go. If y'all want to see the full screen, just flip over the full screen. Make sure everything is live right now. Alright, we good. Yeah. So today in the news. Was what just came across my radar. Fuck if it's news or not. This just came on my radar. Some was funny, some interesting. We got new dinosaurs being popped up, robot arms, people using the N-word in like places they shouldn't. Like you were going look, let's just jump right into it. Fuck the intro. Look, when I saw this, I was like, yo. First, I didn't even know this was going on. But this Michael B. Jordan. Wait. Oh, wait. I thought that was going to happen. Y'all can't hear. Huh? Alright, there we go. He said, nigga bitch. I didn't even know he put the B in there. And there they was accepting an award. And they tried to say, hey, this guy was there for to represent the Tourette people that have Tourette syndrome around the world. Like he's a representative and stuff like that. Why he had to be there right then and there? Like why, if people knew how he was and he was up there, they could have plotted this out. People are smart. Like people make movies. They're making to celebrate movies that was made. So I think that was mostly set up. That was a whole setup. Right, let me hear it again. Look.
We're here to celebrate the artists who expand what's possible on screen.
Hey, yeah, they tried to make all these apologies for it. And then I saw another lady talking about it too, saying how it was going on more so not on the stage but off the stage on the carpet and everything. And like, why you accepting the award? They ain't here no other time. It wasn't no white people up there. Then they was like, I'm just saying how people play things in people's faces all the time and just say, hey, no, it wasn't this. It's not that. It's too much separation going on for this type of stuff to be promoted in today's time right in our faces. With people who have never done anything wrong. Like Michael B. Jordan, people will call him like a white black guy sometimes. Just saying. Not the other one. But come on, we integrated over here. You know he with the snow bunnies. Come on. There was no reason for that. He said, nigga bitch. Fucked up stuff. Alright. Another thing I ran across. Man, I don't know how much I was hearing her. I had my headphones on, my bad. The cat and dog, they love opening up the door. Yo, randomly, did y'all see this thing of Cardi B? Like, what song does she have that calls for this? What the heck? She going on this mega tour right now and she is wilding. Yo. With the guitar solo. Somebody said, born a comedian, forced to be a rapper. Oh, Cardi B. Oh, man, you know we gotta laugh. But still stay intertwined. Because I heard this thing from the... Look. Get over here. Look, he's straight up... Look what he said. He's straight up saying, we did this for nothing.
I can see in my mind's eye those rows and rows of white stones of all the hundreds of my friends and everybody else that gave their lives for what? A country of today. No, I'm sorry.
That's his voice. He want to break down right now. People think he talking like that because he old. Nah, he in tears.
What do you mean by that, though?
What we fought for, and what we fought for was our freedom. We find that even now, it's downside worse than what it was when I fought for it.
I do wonder what the percentage is of
They should have put
citizens in the United Kingdom
subtitles.
who are totally stoked at the way the country is going right now.
Yeah, I saw a video of this guy. He was saying something against the other team, but it included some kind of slur. And there was cops right there. He was live streaming and everything. They straight wrapped them up, took him, boom, arrested him right on the spot. So free speech in the UK is wilding. It's wild right now. Hold on, let me see if there's another video about free speech. Free speech in the UK. Where's that guy? Man, now this was last year. It was something that just happened. I want the top video. I want like. Oh, look at it.
Me to Harrogate in the middle of the night over a tweet.
I am unfortunately. Still a few steps from
Yeah.
in terms of that, basically, our hate crime team reviewed it and said there are offences there we need to discuss.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the time is 21:31 to round the rest of section 19.
Section 19.
Out to 19 seconds. You don't have to say anything, you don't have intent, you don't mention my questions, so much to try to talk, but you do say name, basically, section 19 refers to spreading what we say like racial hatred. So we posted something online that we believe is spreading racial hatred.
Twitter, Facebook, what?
Can't explain too much.
They can't even tell him.
Context beforehand. So I appreciate you've never been arrested before, have you?
Yeah, once or twice.
Once or twice.
Frequent flyer.
Apologies, I didn't think you were. Basically, how it works now is then, obviously, if you've got stuff you'd like to gather, obviously I'm more than willing to talk through what you're able to take through.
No, what about what the crime is? Like, what was the tweet? What was the post?
Me to Harrogate in the middle of the night over a tweet.
I am, unfortunately.
Is this what you signed up the police to do?
This is my role. I'm trying to be reasonable with the rate. So if there's stuff you'd like to gather, I'm more than willing to allow you to gather some sort of stuff like medication, any numbers you need. But at the moment,
you join the police to go and arrest people at night for tweets online. You do understand I'm going to make a massive.
See, this is what they trying to start in Philly. I mean, in Philly. Period. This is what they trying to start in America. If y'all don't think they trying to start this in America, y'all tripping. That's why they got ICE trying to push the limits, giving them budgets beyond imagination. Like tripling the... Oh, wait, I turned on Elder Ring by accident. Tripling the budget and everything for no reason. They saying we got kidnapped we got to get all the criminals and everything, but they getting way more than just criminals and citizens and everything. They getting everybody in between. It's so fucked up. And now, like, you saw that Israel, they put money into YouTube and TikTok, like, literally. And now, a lot of posts that was going against them, like, you see all this post saying, hey, you need to look out for this. Or the Alex Jones. Y'all know what the Alex Jones mean just for me doing this. They blocking, they not posting, allowing those kind of videos to get in the algorithm. Like you're seeing a lot less of those type of videos. So now the view on their country is going to the majority of people at least, is going to be lessened. It's going to be lessened off of their history and more so what they're going to be promoting in their future. It's so crazy. And that's what free speech is always going to be the most powerful thing. Because right now I could say anything I want. Like, fuck ICE. Fuck the police that support them. Fuck everybody that support ICE. Like, fuck all of them, man. Because if it was your family, you wouldn't be saying the same thing. And black people, we've been not liking, like, black people as a culture, we have not been liking these kind of authority concepts to be pushed on us. So seeing it pushed on other people, it's just like, dang, man, like, you can't, why have these kind of things? They can be done in such another way. Such another way. Y'all know.
Just doing your job, Tom.
They know. It's just a matter of control. Man, something else I ran across. Look, they was talking about the cost of casting animals as heroes and villains in conservative science. This is a segue real quick. Says scientists and philosophers, explorers, data collectors, and number crunchers. They are also storytellers placing data within a broader scientific and societal context. How they tell these stories matter. So people like, well, they're trying to say Dare is actually not so sweet. You need to watch out for the Bambies. You be worried about their mama, they might murk yours. I don't know what's going on. They the ops. In our work as ecologists, we find that hero-villain narratives trope is a popular tool in ecology and conservative writing. For example, wild pigs, a hybrid of human-introduced wild boars and domestic pigs, are often characterized in science articles as pest animals that devastate or destroy ecological communities by preying on vulnerable species. One study deemed them the real big bad wolf. These framing does not reflect the technical terms, but storytelling decisions meant to help readers understand the data and results. So how are they really? Says, for example, human-introduced predators such as rats and stoats in New Zealand. What are stoats? The heck? We got a whole new species of animals when this DLC come down. It's like a weasel, a ferret, a stoat. Oh yeah, it is. A weasel, ferret. I said both those. They look a lot more calmer. Like more smooth fur. I like to have one of those. Are often villainized in academic literature, described as disaster on four paws and pitted against a fragile population of unique birds, lizards, and insects. This framing can convince people that excessive or painful, violent eradication methods such as slow-acting poisons are justified. Alright, so what do they do? So of course they're not villains, they're just a part of the ecosystem. The ecosystem is always changing up, being ruled by different species at different times in life. For example, yeah, I kind of get what they're saying. But that is something to look at. Because people scared of spiders. Spiders and snakes and everything. But they really are a helpful part of the environment. Been here for thousands of years. And we lived alongside of them for thousands of years. We got medicines. We can tell when they poisonous or not. It's just all a mind thing. Just like with people getting along. It's all in your head. It's all in how you work things out in your mind. And speaking of old species, I heard they just discovered a new
in the sands of the Sahara Desert.
thing of dinosaurs.
Now they've unearthed fossils of a supersized carnivore that lived over 95 million years ago. The team now naming it Spinosaurus mirabilis, Latin
Spinosaurus
for
mirabilis.
The discovery raising as
Astonishing.
many questions as answers about prehistoric life. And to answer some of those questions, I'm joined by Dr. Paul Serino, paleontologist at the University of Chicago and a National Geographic explorer. Dr. Serino, it is a pleasure to have you. Okay, now you called this the expedition of the century. What made this find so special?
Speed this up a bit.
Well, it was an extraordinary expedition. Took a big chance to try and get into the heart of the Sahara by collecting together 20 young people that could take 3 months of their lives off and put together a big armed guard, sort of like our Wild West.
Oh, that's what they put together.
In the hopes of finding something.
Got a horn down the middle?
Except that we'd been to the site, found a tooth and a couple of jaws.
Or is that something else?
Hours after we arrived, we found that what you're looking at is the crest on the top of the skull of this Spinosaur. And we knew we had a Spinosaur. We didn't know if we'd find a lot more of it, but we did.
Wow.
And it was immediately apparent to us this was a new species because the crest is like nothing we've seen before on any predatory dinosaur.
So tell us more about this Spinosaur. I gotta know, what exactly do we know right now?
Yeah, it's become, through Jurassic Park, it's become the celebrated dinosaur because we don't have any in North America. But in other parts around the old Mediterranean Ocean, which we used to call a Tethys Ocean, these dinosaurs stalked, and now we're finding in the rivers inland, stalked fish. And we were able to ferret out some of the great fish-catching abilities of this animal by looking at its jaws. And it was what we call a hell heron because I think it was wading into the waters, scaring any kind of competitors.
Now, we don't know if that's how it fully works. Y'all see how chickens are and their bone structures. But that bone that they got there looks sick.
Wow, it's huge. Now, this Spinosaur, it differs from some of the other ones you actually studied. So what sets this one apart?
Yeah, I'll just say, this is what they share. They share this kind of tooth that is straight, curved, no serrations. It's very different than a T-Rex tooth. The original clues to this site I dug out of the library. A French monograph, you see my middle markings there, gave us a sentence or two about a tooth they found in the center of the Sahara. But then we put together the pieces of the dinosaur. As I walk behind it, it gives you a better idea of the size of this animal. Its teeth interlock, the lower ones coming outside the upper ones to snare a slippery fish. If you ever tried to catch a fish with your hands, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is a fishing adaptation only this dinosaur, Spinosaurus, has. But this is what defines the species.
Is any of those dinosaurs eating birds out the sky? Or was it no birds yet? I guess because they evolved into birds.
I'm going to give you just a shot of the cover that we've reconstructed for it. That's the crest right there. It would have a covering like a live animal in keratin that would extend it a little bit further. It's about 2 feet.
That's stuff that your nails are made out of.
That gives us a couple of clues about this dinosaur, one of which is that it's a land animal. It's inhabiting the margins of oceans, the margins of riverways. It is not a dive.
Alright, I'm going to put the rest of the video in the description.
Find more dinosaurs in more remote regions, or do you think
Well, I got to hear this one.
one-off find?
No, so for your listeners, I mean, first of all, we're in the age of discovery. We're naming more dinosaurs now than we've ever named before. So your kids and their kids, they're going to be in the heyday of dinosaur research. But not only can I tell you we're going to find more, we are going to name a lot more from that site. There are digging raptors you've never seen. There are crocodiles and all sorts of creatures that we have already found in the 50 tons we took from Africa on that legendary area.
All in the Mesopotamia area too. All in the Mesopotamia area too. That's dope. Because you see a lot of the lures and mythologies and stuff around here. They have dinosaurs and dragons and a lot of creatures that was walking around. No telling if they found these bones. They found these bones and they was just putting it together like how we're putting it together. Or if they telling stories from before the hominids. And it was some kind of, before the Homo sapiens. And it was some kind of hominid species that was surviving along with some evolution, like down the train dinosaur version of that before they just turned into chicken and birds. It was like a version of hominid species that evolved with a de-evolution, or I guess it's a continuation of evolution. Like, who says what's better, the chicken or the T-Rex? Eventually it turned into a chicken, so I guess that's what it was wanted to do. It was better. Adapt to its environment. Yeah, interesting stuff. Something else I ran across to tie down, just think about it, is the CEO of Anthropic is talking about how he doesn't know if the AI that they have
want to try and focus on
is
scenarios
conscious
where
or
AI
not.
goes rogue.
I should have had like a picture of a Terminator
see what's
robot
going
to
on.
like scare people as much
Oh
as
no,
possible.
this
I
whole
think the
40
internet,
minutes.
The internet does that
I put the
for us.
link to this in the description.
Are the lords of artificial intelligence on the side of the human race?
My prediction is there'll be more robots than people.
Physical and the digital worlds should really be fully blended.
I don't think the world has really had the humanoid robots moment yet. It's going to feel very sci-fi.
That's the core question I had for this week's guest. He's the head of Anthropic, one of the fastest growing AI companies.
Anthropic is estimated to be worth nearly 300
to try things. At some level, you just have to comply with the laws or change the laws on getting medicines through the regulatory system. So there's a finite rate at which these changes can happen. Now there are some domains, like if you're playing chess or Go, where the intelligence ceiling is extremely high. But I think the real world has a lot of limiters. So maybe you can go above the genius level, but sometimes I think all this discussion of like, could you use a moon of computation to make an AI god, they're a little bit sensationalistic and kind of besides the point. Even as I think this will be the biggest thing that ever happened to humanity.
Right. And so you have
one of the biggest things.
Keeping it concrete.
They always try to say this is the biggest thing ever. Like, nah, bruh. One of the biggest things is when somebody is born, period. And they'll tell us what else happened in the past that we forgot, or the things we remember that got us here.
Where there's just an end to cancer as a serious threat to human life.
Now, when it comes to this,
an end to most of the illnesses that we experience that kill us. Possible life extension beyond that. So that's health. That's a pretty positive vision.
Yeah.
Then talk about economics and wealth. What happens in the 5 to 10 year AI takeoff to wealth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
let's see about the money
keep
real
it on the
fast.
positive side.
Yes.
There'll be plenty. We'll get to the negative side. But we're already working with pharma companies. We're already working with financial industry companies. We're already working with folks who do manufacturing. We're of course I think especially known for coding and software engineering. So just the raw productivity, the ability to like make stuff and get stuff done, that is very powerful. And we see our company's revenue going up 10x a year, and we suspect the wider industry looks something similar to that. If the technology keeps improving, it doesn't take that many more 10x's until suddenly you're saying, if you're adding across the industry $1 trillion of revenue a year, like the U.S. GDP is 20 or 30 trillion.
Yeah, people going to trust
exactly. So
with the AI and the doctor telling them in combination. So Anthropic going to make a lot of money connecting with pharmaceutical companies and stuff like that.
To something
hey,
like
yeah, you should get this one.
5,
you should
10,
get COVID-19 shot.
There's no science of calculating these
Hopefully
numbers.
not.
Totally
Hopefully it won't be just that.
But it could
I know
it's
it's going to be something like that.
The distribution of what we saw before.
I thought
and
you
again,
was going to
this will
be
lead to a weird world.
ideal to just my Pacifics.
That AI could be good for democracy and liberty around the world, which is not necessarily intuitive. A lot of people say, incredibly powerful technology in the hands of authoritarian leaders leads to concentrations of power and so on.
And I talk about that in the other aspect.
Just briefly.
Yeah. Before I go off of this, what's going on?
Yeah. I mean,
why is it good
so,
for democracy?
I mean, Machines of Loving Grace. I kind of,
Mr. CEO.
I'm just like, let's dream. Let's talk
dream.
about how it could go well. I don't know how likely it is, but we got to lay out a dream. Let's try and make the dream happen. So I think the positive version. I admit there that I don't know that the technology inherently favors liberty, right? I think it inherently favors curing disease and it inherently favors economic growth, but I worry, like you, that it may not inherently favor liberty. But what I say there is, can we make it favor liberty, right? Can we make the United States
favor
and
liberty,
other democracies
but can we make
get
it
ahead in this technology? The United States
liberty.
has been technologically and militarily ahead.
What is this guy talking about?
Has meant that we have throw weight around the world through, augmented by our alliances with other democracies, and we've been able to shape a world that I think is better than the world would be if it were shaped by Russia or by China or by other authoritarian countries. And so, can we use our lead in AI to shape liberty around the world? There's obviously a lot of debates about how interventionist we should be, how we should wield that power. But, I've often worried that, today through social media, authoritarians are kind of undermining us, right? Can we counter that? Can we win the information
Through social media, he's saying they're trying to conquer.
From, invading
so he's admitting that we mentioned in the beginning of the episode
Taiwan,
how they use social media so that
them with the power of AI.
Certain connotations are just not put out there. Like, you just won't get caught up in the algorithm.
Right.
We ourselves need to be careful about how we build those. We need to defend, liberty in our own country. But is there some vision where we kind of like re-envision liberty and individual rights in the age of AI, right? Where
re-envision,
we need in some ways to be protected against AI. Someone needs to hold the button on the swarm of drones, which is something I'm very concerned about, and that oversight doesn't exist today. But also
it doesn't
think about
exist
the justice
today.
System today, right? We promise equal
There's no
justice
one
for
button.
all. Right, but the truth is, there are different
Probably
judges
some
in the
people say
world.
no.
The
We
legal
must give our
system is
conscience up to the
imperfect.
robot.
I don't
They
think we
must
should
make
replace
the
judges
choice.
with AI, but is there some way in which AI can help us to be more fair, to help us be more uniform, right? It's never been possible before, but can we somehow use AI to create something that is fuzzy, but where also you can give a promise that it's being applied in the same way to kind of everyone? So I don't know exactly how it should be done, and I don't think we should like replace the Supreme Court with AI. That's not my vision.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
but
just this idea that can we deliver on the promise of equal opportunity and equal justice by some combination of
so
AI
he's saying everybody would need the same AI or access to it in order for it to be fair, in order for the world to be fair and people have rights, equal rights in the future. They're going to need equal access to these technologies, or else it's going to be a lot of unfairness going on. Whoa, what's going on with my hair? It's going to be a lot of unfairness going on. So that's the leader Anthropic saying that. That's wild. So stay informed. Stay informed with things that's going on with your heart, your mind, and with this tech that's going on. Before I go, this is something else I want to show. They made this robot hand. And it's not controlled from like a LLM. Like a chatbot. It's another kind of organic type of design. Let's see if I can find it in here. Oh no, this is something else. No, this is just something they made. This is something else I guess they made, talking about a robot that walks on his fingertips. Because they didn't really base it off a normal human hand. So in the future, people not going to just have robot hands with 5 fingers, I'm guessing. They're going to have 7 fingers, 10 fingers. Be able to move them in different ways. And then it just go back onto their hand, like they just put it on the table. Whoop, it goes across, do they got to do it, come back. And then they just reattach it. Like climb up walls and stuff like that. I would just put a foot. That would be totally useless. But yeah, new tech, new ideas, new things always on the horizon. Just time now, just think about it. Let me know what you thought about anything on today's episode. If you got any topics for the next one, drop it in the comments. I'll see y'all on the next terrific episode. Remember, just time now, place where we combine our mind with our heart, see what our gut mind is saying. Let whatever come out, come on out.